All right. Yo, what's up? It's your homie, Devin Zoolander, coming all the way live from where? The August Wilson Center. And we're on. Keep fumbling. I got it. Last time, and I'm going to just.
You want me to do it?
Go ahead, you do it.
What's your name?
Devin Zoolander.
What up, though? We got Devin Zoolander. He's about to interview me, and he's going to do this whole introduction. Watch.
All right. Yo, what's up? It's your homie Devin Zoolander coming all the way live from the August Wilson Center. And today is day 2 of the Hooks and Phonics Festival in Pittsburgh, PA. And I'm really happy to have with me the composer, the conductor, the executive producer. Please put your hands together for the one, the only, Deshaun Jones. How are you today, brother?
You know what? I'm tired, but I'm hired.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that,
Did
man.
it sound like I said I was high or hired?
I heard hired, but
It felt high, didn't it?
it did a little bit.
I promise you, I got these shades on, but I am sober.
Okay, I believe you, man, and I appreciate you letting me know that.
I just need you to know that. No, I'm just kidding.
I got you. Okay. So first of all, let's just get this out the way. We see the Detroit Lions logo on your shirt.
Yes,
So is it safe to assume that you're from Detroit?
Easy. That's easy money.
That's easy money.
Yeah, 313 all day, baby.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. How do you feel about the movie 8 Mile?
I mean, anything that represents the city of Detroit in a way that's authentic and true to the culture, man, is a big up. And obviously, we're talking about it now, and it's 2024, so that should tell you a lot about how impactful that film is. And, you know, shout out to Eminem for doing what he did, just putting the city on the map in a very real and authentic way. And I feel like the work that everyone's doing now is really steeped in the tradition and in the spirit of authenticity. And just celebrating our culture, man, as a city, you know. The Midwest is a very beautiful region to be from. You know, shout out to Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, you know what I'm saying, Indy, all of these areas where you just have hardworking people, you know what I'm saying, a gritty mentality, you know what I'm saying, and that translates in everything that we do, the way we cook, the way we dress, the way we present our art, whether it's visual art or music, you know, and it's timeless too. You know what I'm saying? When you do work like what we do, it usually lasts, you know, a lot longer than we do, which is a gift. You know what I'm saying? You think about Detroit techno, you think about gospel, you think about hip hop,
Motown.
you think about Motown. Like, we're still talking about this, and this is, you know, Motown had a 5-decade run.
Yes.
Actually, longer than that.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And here we are still talking about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm very proud of my city, and I'm proud of the things that are happening around the city. And shout out to Urban Art Orchestra, which is a byproduct of Detroit, and a byproduct of the tremendous, overwhelming amount of support from the community. Because without community support, an organization like Urban Art Orchestra does not exist. So, yeah, you know.
Well,
That's how I feel about 8 Mile.
That's how you feel about 8 Mile. I got that. I got that. Now, this is a little bit off script, but I'm thinking about when the water crisis was happening
In Flint. Yeah.
and I want to know, were you impacted by that at all?
Yeah, I mean, yes and no. I mean, obviously, we all have, you know, loved ones in Flint, and but the real conversation was, well, all those pipes are connected too. So, are the pipes in my, you know, zip code, are they equally as, you know, am I allowed to cuss here?
Yeah,
Can
go
I
ahead.
say
man.
fucked up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Is it equally as fucked up? Because I don't know. So we we all started looking like, hey, I think we got lead in our pipes too, and
Right.
you know, so it really was a scare for all of us, because we're like, well, damn, like, are we all in that situation? And then you see a certain level of apathy, and you know, mixed with sensationalism, which is the worst kind of gaslighting for people. And of course, it hurts, you know, black and brown babies.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like, what? Y'all allowed this to happen, huh?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, man, but I can't really speak too much on political matters and social matters as much,
Right.
because sometimes the words escape me. But I do like to champion my beliefs through the sound of music and through the cooperation of working with younger musicians and younger artists. And I feel like through that vein and that vehicle, I'm able to adequately express my thoughts and views. So, just listen to our music, man.
Yeah.
And pull up to the city. Shout out to Stevie McFly. He actually put out a record about Flint
Okay.
on the water crisis, and Urban Art Orchestra collaborated with him. And we performed that piece live at the Detroit Symphony Orchestra at the DSO.
Wow.
So it's not like these are hollow words that I'm offering. Like, we really do stand behind our art and our messaging.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'm thinking immediately when I hear you talk, I hear Detroit versus everybody.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of energy I think about, like Big Sean and M and Royce and T
Shout
Grizzly,
out to Royce, yeah.
all those type of artists.
Yeah.
So, well, that's good, man. One thing I want you to talk a little bit about is your background in music. So, when did your music journey start, and also how many instruments can you play?
It's funny. I get asked that question a lot, and it's weird because for the majority of my career, I've been a saxophonist and an arranger, and it's only as of recent, meaning like since the pandemic, that I really stepped out as a composer, like intentionally, and writing for quartets and small chamber ensembles, and then kind of expanding that and writing for larger ensembles, and then getting into a position where I could, personally finance an effort like Urban Art Orchestra. So I utilize piano as a tool for compositional purpose. If I hear a melody or hear some sort of counterpoint or some kind of beautiful lush color, what does it sound like? How do try to investigate the sonorities of a thing,
Yeah.
and then I translate that from the keys to actual score. But I play saxophone, flute, piano strictly for compositional purposes. Don't ask me to play in no weddings,
Okay.
no baby showers.
Right.
I will play at a divorce. I'm cool with doing that. No, I'm just kidding.
Got you.
I got a real dark sense of humor. The clothes kind of give it away.
It's all good. I see you, man. I see you. I kind of got like the Morpheus type of vibe with the lenses and everything. So that's what's up.
Nah, but I started playing, kind of, damn, when I was like 12 or 13. And before that, I thought I was gonna play football, do sports like all of the, little boys, man. And I picked up the horn off of a casual bet between me and my dad. I was grounded all the time. I was always in like punishment. For frivolous shit. It really wasn't
Yeah.
even like I was a bad kid. I just was always grounded. So they made me listen to. This is gonna tell y'all my age, but this was like when they would give you the internet on a CD.
Yeah.
On a CD-ROM like AOL.
Yeah.
They give you like 90 minutes of internet or some stuff.
Uh-huh.
So they had the Encarta Encyclopedia, and it was the Encarta 98. And they had clips of Miles Davis, Charlie Parker, Chet Baker, and Dizzy Gillespie.
Okay.
And I was listening to this stuff on repeat because I'm on punishment, so I don't got nothing else better to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I was listening to it, and my dad walked past me like, "What you listen to?" I was like, "Something sounds easy." And he was like, "Easy," because he knows who these people are. I didn't know who they were. And I was like, "Yeah, it sounds easy. Like, hell, I could play that." And he was like, "Oh, yeah? Well, how about we put a bet on it? So if you think you can play like them, I'll get you an instrument right now." Now, in my mind as a kid, I'm like, yo, I get a saxophone or a trumpet. It's made out of solid gold and solid silver.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking he's about to cash out. Man, I went to a pawn shop, man. And got me like
Yeah.
it's not even a beat down saxophone. I still have it, but it obviously is not made out of pure silver and gold. So I'm thinking it's like a cash money bet.
Right.
Which is why I took it serious.
Right.
So I started practicing right away. And by the time I got to high school, that's when I found out I had certain abilities and God-given abilities to make music. And I mean, by the time I'm 14, man, I'm already playing professionally and recording. And then I run into Marcus Belgrave, the late great Marcus Belgrave, who's my lifelong mentor. And then I run into Mad Mike Banks of Underground Resistance. Shout out to Mad Mike, who's the reason that Urban Art Orchestra exists. He's the reason my record label exists, Nomadic Records. He's the reason I've toured the world 7 or 8 different times, and not only with him, but also under my own name. He's the reason that I'm able to stand in front of any audience, whether it's 3 people, 3,000, 100,000 people, and have the utmost confidence because he put me on those stages, fresh out of high school. Like, yeah, we're gonna go play a festival called Metamorphose in Japan, and it's gonna be like 200,000 people, and you gotta play the melody. Go.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just blindsided. I didn't even know. And
Just
so,
threw you into the water. Yeah.
sink or swim in a real way.
Right.
Trial by fire, learning by doing. So that's a large part of the culture too. Is like learning by doing,
Yeah.
teaching through doing. And I feel like there's a certain aspect of philanthropy that's happening. And the way that people, is it a ghost? What's going on?
No, it's
No, no,
cool.
no.
It's cool. It's just the
Cut the
team.
interview.
No, I don't know.
I just saw the mannequins. in the back.
I know it is kind of spooky. Shout out to the
serious.
artwork.
Cut this interview right now.
All right.
No, I'm kidding. But no, hey, but seriously, man, mentorship and the community of mentorship that we have generationally is a beautiful thing, and I feel like it needs to be represented more on the public scene. And it happens. It happens through music. It happens on records. A lot of collaborations. I don't know if you're familiar with Theo Parrish. He's a Detroiter, but he's a native. He's native of Chicago.
Yeah.
And man, he put me on. Man, he gave me a whole opportunity, man, to be on the A side of a really beautiful compilation called DJ Kicks. And I think the one song did almost 1 million on Spotify. And,
Wow.
you know, like stuff like that. You know, and I'm
Yeah.
not saying it's a lot, but I'm an independent artist, so
Yeah.
if 1 million or 500,000, anything,
That's an accomplishment.
it is something to be respected
Yes.
and appreciated because somebody from a different generation was like, "Hey, bro, I got an opportunity." So for me, I got to do the same thing for my young guns. Like, all right, I got an opportunity. Let's come to Pittsburgh and let's pull up to August Wilson
Yeah.
Center one time. You looking over there?
No.
What's going on?
Yeah, we cool, man. We cool.
What's going on, man?
I'm just making
I
room.
see a bunch of swords. Do we?
No, we good. We good. I'm just making room for the new energy that has entered the room, but
Okay.
we good though.
I mean, I'm not allowed to carry. No, I shouldn't even say that.
Oh, okay.
It's a whole interview, man.
I got you. Well,
Edit that part out.
all right.
But
Well,
listen, see, y'all play too much. That's the problem. Nah, I'm just excited, honestly, to be here. I'm working with Slum Village, man.
that's,
SV. Come on now.
man.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Dilla would turn 50 this year. And the way that we're celebrating and commemorating his life through his music is a very high honor. And when we talk about mentorship, when we talk about community, one name that definitely comes to mind is the great, I'm not even going to say late, I'm going to say the great Amp Fiddler, who did recently pass. But man, his legacy is so palpable that you see it. You see it in what we're doing with Urban Art Orchestra. You see it in what is happening with SV.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like these are names that are just giants, man, and they will live on forever, and they're gonna last forever. You know, and you talk about being a composer. What we're really talking about is celebrating the lineage of the American composer, which is inherently black.
Yes.
This is a conversation that we don't often have. You know, they'll label you a producer, a beat maker, whatever, but nah. The music that comes from America, indigenous, right,
Mm-hmm.
is black music.
Absolutely.
And the composers are black composers. So we need to celebrate them and we need to regard them in the same way that we would Bach, Beethoven, Rachmaninoff, Shostakovich,
Mozart,
you
all
know,
that. Yeah.
Mozart,
Yeah.
Scriabin, you know, Bartok. And I've studied all this stuff, you know.
Right.
And I'm very proud to have gone through all the great composers.
Yeah.
But we also got Quincy Jones.
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah.
And we also got George Clinton.
Right. Babyface.
Babyface. I mean, I would put Ye in there too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I definitely have to
For
put
sure.
him in that conversation. And Charles Stepney, I don't know if you're familiar with him.
Not familiar with him.
Yeah, Chicago's own.
Okay.
His thing is like the vamp on Can't Hide Love, Earth, Wind, Fire. That's
Yeah.
Charles Stepney.
Okay. Got you.
He did a lot of records for them, like demos in his basement.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be these classic records that we all know and love.
Wow.
So shout out to Charles Stepney, the black composer, the American composer. And so we are here in celebration of that lineage, which is a young lineage, but it needs to be respected and regarded nonetheless.
I absolutely agree with that. And I appreciate you bringing it up because I think we don't want to limit what we do as less than. And it's not to say that there's anything wrong with being a producer, because we need our Timberlands or our Pharrells. Of course we need
Those
our J Dillas.
composers.
But they're
They
composers
are
too.
composers.
When I hear Ninth Wonder make a beat, like, it's not just going to be, let me take whatever's the pop in this sample and let me just turn that and flip it, and I didn't do anything to it. Like when you talk about Dilla, and just when I think about the beat for Running with the Far Side, and just some of these others, or even stuff like, so I'm a big Common fan.
Yeah.
And when I hear Come Close, all right, it's like, all right, I get what the Neptunes did with it with Mary J, but then when I hear the remix with Q-Tip and with Pharrell and Erykah Badu, and that's J Dilla on the beat, and you just hear Common going, just a different vibe.
Yeah. So shout out to all the American composers. This
Right.
isn't about identity politics. This is just a matter of fact.
Right.
You
You
know,
can't talk about American composers without talking about us.
period.
Yeah.
And I stand in the shadows of giants and in the footsteps of giants that have come before me. And so I know I have a tremendous work ahead of me. And what we're doing right now is foundational. God willing, we'll be able to continue to do this work and continue to grow the orchestra in such a way that we won't just have a city presence or a regional presence, but a national and even broader international presence of community and inspiration, and really ushering in kind of the next generation of composers, because a lot of the members of Urban Art Orchestra they're artists in their own right, and successful artists at that.
Yeah.
So there's no weak links. None.
Right.
None. They're
Right.
producers, they're composers, they're film directors in a very real way. They're entrepreneurs. Although some of them are really young, they're serious about it. So
Yeah.
we want to just cultivate an environment that celebrates Black excellence, Black genes. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't cause an individual to shy away from who they really are.
Now, I appreciate that. Now, I don't want you to give away anything that you're going to do tomorrow at the show.
I have nothing to lose.
Okay.
And I'll tell you the whole set list right now. Hold on, where's my phone?
I gotta hear Tainted, man. Yo,
Yeah.
Tainted is.
Did you hear the arrangement we did?
I didn't hear it because I heard I was there for Selfish, and there were a couple other ones I didn't hear the arrangement for Tainted, but I'm looking forward to it.
How does that song go? Tell me. Sing it, since you're such a fan. I want to know.
Well, I don't know all there's Real Love,
Hey.
Tainted Love.
Well, I can tell you right now, we're definitely playing that song.
Okay.
If you say you're a fan, you gotta,
Oh yeah. Think of her, think of me. I don't know. I know. It's okay. We don't really want to say whatever. Yo, that's the jam.
Okay.
Oh, shout out to Dwelle, man, too. And
Yeah, man.
rest in
That's
peace,
homie.
Bateen. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
All those, man. I love that too, and I'm glad that y'all are able to do that. So, let me ask you, what do you think about the city of Pittsburgh?
You know what? To be very honest with you, I want to know more about this city, and I want to spend more time here, because I do feel a similar energy to Detroit in a real way, and I just feel like I haven't spent enough time to investigate the scene and, lock in with other artists and producers and composers, and, I need to be here.
Okay.
I really need to be here. So I have nothing but the utmost respect for Pittsburgh, and for the artists that are in this community, and honestly, any opportunity that I get to come here and collaborate and visit, I'm going to take it, because I see no reason for there to be a separation between our cities.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Orlando, who
Right.
is, from the Cleveland area.
Yeah.
That's how me and him met. But he definitely was instrumental in facilitating Urban Art Orchestra and this whole kind of like Detroit stage.
Yeah.
Where you got, Slum, you got Jessica Caramore, Urban Art Orchestra. It's like, he really was like, yeah, let's bring both of these cities together in a real way. So, shout out to August Wilson Center for facilitating this wonderful festival. And God willing, man, we'll be able to continue to do this more often and more consistently. You understand?
Definitely.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah. Wow, man. Well, this has been an amazing interview.
It's over?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you got all right. You got
Let's
any?
keep it going.
All right. You got any predictions for the Lions tomorrow?
They're gonna kick ass tomorrow.
Okay.
The end.
All right. Well, cool. I mean, I'm not really the biggest Baker Mayfield fan. Like I told you, they already beat the Eagles, so I don't got no love for them at all.
Listen, man, I really feel like there's something going on, bro. Man, they might. listen, you know how people get. They get excited. They probably going to win the Super Bowl. This is the way
Okay.
I really feel about this. This is my prediction.
The first one.
I think so, bro. I think it's time, and I think it's just time, man.
I would say I agree with you, and if I were y'all, I would definitely go all out because there's no guarantee you can make the playoffs next year, but it might look different with the offensive coordinator because he gonna get snatched up.
I mean, the thing is, man, football is a game of parity. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
You remember that movie Any Given Sunday?
Yeah.
It's like that, man. So
Yeah.
I just feel like right now we're riding a wave, and when you really think about it, that Cowboys game, that was some bullshit. So it's just
the one in the regular season.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, that was awful.
That was trash.
Yeah, that was
the
trash.
worst call.
He definitely he reported as eligible.
Music, and you've upset me by
I'm
bringing
sorry.
up another traumatic experience.
My bad.
I'm just teasing, but the Cowboys suck. So we don't like them at all.
We don't like them in Philly either.
We really don't like them now.
Yeah,
because it was like us against the Cowgirls and the refs.
Right.
Cheating ass refs.
Right. Cause dude definitely reported eligible, and then it's bad when Dan Campbell is saying, I told the refs before the game started, we're gonna run this play if we get into the situation.
Pure, unadulterated
now I will say,
trash.
Dan Campbell, once you don't once they take it away from you that first time, you don't keep going for it. You got to kick the field goal.
You're not gonna tell me. You're not gonna tell us what to do.
I know.
At the end of the day, we did win that game.
You did,
fair and square. So. How about we just not get cheated? How about that? Why don't we start there?
Okay,
start and figure out the rest.
Hey, I felt the same way about us in the Super Bowl.
Man, they robbed us, man. They said, "Hey, but look, we persevered in spite of all of the
y'all here,
the games, man." And so, no pun intended either, but it's just like, it's a dirty game.
It is.
Jerry Jones clearly could not afford to lose that game.
Nah, it was in Dallas. It was the night that Jimmy Johnson got put in the Ring of Honor or whatever. So and they had all the
Fame or the Ring of Honor.
No, the Ring of Honor for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So it's like you had Michael Irvin, Troy Aikman, everybody was there. So of course.
So they can't lose.
No, they can't lose.
Well, fuck them, they lost anyway. So.
Yeah, fuck them. I agree.
That's the way I look at it. I'm sorry.
Right. So Urban Art Orchestra. I like what you said about mentoring the youth and being able to create opportunities. I know.
What a segue.
I know. Hey. Well, but
I love it. Hey, man, this might go viral, man.
I hope so. But I really like what you said about helping them, because what I like is that you recognize it's almost like these are all 20 different independent contractors. They're not just little kids that are here it's like a field trip. Like, no, you guys are out here to make money as professional artists. So can you speak a little bit about what that mentorship looks like with them? Because I think sometimes people can see people doing art and be like, oh, they just playing around. It's like,
I mean, this is an extremely expensive endeavor when you talk about managing an orchestra.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think back to the Harlem Renaissance. See, right now we are in the midst of the Detroit Renaissance. That's really what's happening right now.
The Detroit Renaissance.
Yes, sir. Say it again for the camera.
The Detroit Renaissance.
Say it like you mean it.
The Detroit Renaissance.
That's right. Damn it. And the reason why we're doing this, man, is because when the history books are written, we want to make sure that we are in those books. Just like the 1920s and the 1820s. Right now we're in the 2020s. You understand? You ever think of it like that?
Not really.
See? There you go. Really think about it, though.
I got you. You're right.
There's a whole era of creativity, innovation, murals, and infrastructure. And now we got a football team that looks like they're about to win the whole shit. Like, it's so much happening right now.
We ain't gonna talk about the Pistons.
See, this
I'm sorry. My bad.
Man.
All right. How the Red Wings?
All
right.
This interview. I'm just man. But seriously, hey man, let's start a podcast, man.
All right, that's cool with me.
The Zoolander show.
Yeah.
I'm down.
I'm down.
I'm down.
You know what? After meeting you, I never been to Detroit, but I definitely want to take that drive or a flight if y'all paying. But yeah. I definitely want to go out there.
We can make it make sense. That's easy.
Okay.
But to get back to what you were saying, about the mentorship of it all, they're all young professionals. And like I said earlier, it's about learning by doing, right? And so I don't believe in like lecturing somebody about, well, this is the way you need to do it and this is the way the game is played and da-da-da-da-da. It's like, no, come with me, here. Here you go. You said you wanted to travel?
Yeah.
Be on time, because the bus leaves at whatever, or the flight leaves at whatever. You know, even like teaching some of these musicians like how to travel, because they've never done it before.
Right.
So they bring big ass bags.
Mm-hmm.
You see,
Right.
like they're going to Tahiti or something. And it's like, no, we're going to work.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
so like even getting the travel mentality of like this is a job, so really pack only what you need to execute.
Because you gotta be locked in.
Yeah. And and there are different varying levels of intensity,
Mm-hmm.
of focus, of poise, of execution. So I think these are the lessons that are most valuable. You understand? And yeah, you get a check, but you know nobody's getting rich off of this music. I mean, not for real.
Right.
Not doing this kind of stuff. I mean, think about what it took to be Duke Ellington in the Harlem Renaissance, playing at the Cotton Club.
Right.
You know how expensive that is to have your own train?
Yeah.
As a black man?
Yeah.
In the 30s?
Right.
So
Word.
I look at that and I say, well, if he did it and if Quincy Jones did it, now Q went bankrupt doing it. So I don't want to do that.
I understand.
I don't want to do that. But
somehow you've been well, obviously I know heavy investment by you, but where does the funding for such a expensive endeavor come from?
Oh man, right now it's personal.
Oh.
It's personal. But what's beautiful about where we are now, and I shouldn't even say this out loud, but man, it's just us talking.
It's just us.
And you know, you my brother from another.
Word.
So what it is we're officially a nonprofit organization, which I'm very proud of. And it enables us to go. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
It enables us to go in the community and do the real work.
Right.
And we can champion different subsidies and put them to use in ways where we can do what I call the pull up and pull up wealth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Knowledge is wealth, and experience is the best teacher. So I feel like if we continue to replicate and just repeat these practices, man, you can create a movement. And I think that's what's more important. We need to be focused on sustaining and maintaining the movement of creativity and the sharing of knowledge and resources, because, man, the world has changed, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Automation, AI, all that stuff, which I don't know a lot about. But for what it's worth, man, you got to give these young people belief that they can be literally anything they want to be. If you want to be an artist, you can be an artist.
Right.
You understand? If you want to be a producer, you can do that. If you want to be an engineer, great. But somebody has to open the door. And so generationally what happens is the OGs sometimes have been labeled for gatekeeping, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Not putting people in position to lead, not putting people in position to succeed, or giving them the blueprints to install and build from the ground up. We're kind of doing that differently. There's some things that I really want to share, but I won't talk about it just yet because it's in the early stages. But not only are we focused on giving out quality experiences, but we want to make sure that we install intellectual infrastructure, sustainable intellectual infrastructure that is viable and profitable for the individuals so that they can go out and create their own smaller businesses or institutions of learning or whatever they want to do and continue to perpetuate this growth and celebration of Black excellence, you know, and I really believe in that.
All right. Lastly, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry, man. You listen to people's like, yeah, feel you there. I'm still here. But anyway, all right, but I'm with you. I like the infrastructure. I got it. I feel where you're coming from. What I wanted to kind of end on is I think about some of my favorite lines that, you know how when it's yearbook time and everybody has to list a quote. And I remember for me, I went really conservative and I just said, hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. I think Langston Hughes. And that was cool. But then my brother, of course, because he liked Kanye because I like Kanye. So he graduated the year after me. And then he come through with, I could let these dream killers kill my self-esteem or use my arrogance as esteem to power my dreams and use it as my gas. So they said I'm gas, but without it, I'll be last. So I ought to last. Now, I don't listen to them suits behind the dress. The funny thing is, it didn't say all this on the yearbook. But wait, what I wanted you to, you can't say shit to Kanye West no more. I rock 20,000 people. I was just on tour, nigga. I'm kind of, all right, but anyway, that's I'm a big, like, especially old Kanye. I'm a fan of him in totality.
I'm a fan of him now.
Now.
I don't care if people like what I say either. So I'm a fan of him now. you got to understand how disruptive it is to be an independent thinker on a public platform as a
Yeah.
black man.
Yeah. I hear you.
It's not about what he's saying. It's the fact that he says and does these things, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
and he just kind of, nobody can stop him.
Nah.
No, like, how many times has he been canceled? How many times have they tried to boycott
Right.
the whole nine?
Yeah.
And he still does what the fuck he wants to do and says what he. This is a man that legitimately ran for president.
Right.
We forget about that.
Yeah.
Like,
He's different.
When you talk about excellence, man.
Mm-hmm.
No, look, human beings are flawed, man. All of us.
All of us.
Are horrible, actually. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Here's a great quote from Sweeney Todd. You know,
Okay.
what does it go? We all deserve to die, even me, Mrs. Lovett, or even you, Mrs. Lovett, even I, right?
Okay.
And that's a really interesting quote, and I always stuck with me, mainly because the score is so beautiful. I have synesthesia. I shouldn't have told you that. But, like, when I listen to music, I see colors.
Yeah.
And it helps me remember certain scenes.
Yeah.
And that melody was crazy. But, like, the point that he was making, Sweeney Todd, is like, we're all trash, man.
Yeah.
So act accordingly. Like, no big R's and little U's, man. Just, like, try to do right by people.
Yeah.
Live in the space of your purpose. And be unapologetic about it. I think the thing is he's unapologetic.
He is.
In a very real way. And that's problematic.
It makes people uncomfortable.
And he talks down to people, like, money-wise. He's like, you don't make enough money to talk to me about money.
Right.
I don't talk to people broken to me. That, like, he said that to Pierce Morgan or somebody like
Yo,
that.
yeah.
That was one of the hardest lines. And really, my man had to shut up.
Yeah.
And this was at the time when he was worth, like,
well,
what,
because
$6
you know
billion?
what they're trying to do? They're trying to exploit him, put him on TV because he appears to be in some kind of altered state or what they want to portray. So they're going to put him up here with some white dude and feel like
it's
they're
a
going to have a
trap.
gotcha moment.
It's a trap, except
Yeah.
the play is on them, man.
Right.
In the end, like, he's free. So let's talk about it. I mean, I know this is dragging on, and we can end this when you're ready. But, like, consider this, man. There's an interesting mentality and a societal construct, a false societal construct, but one that we actually do have to, like, navigate. The slave mentality.
Mm.
Okay? You got, field,
Mm-hmm.
overseer,
Mm-hmm.
house,
Mm-hmm.
and the freeman. We just put them in those groups. Now, the overseer thinks he's something special, but he's still out in the field.
Right.
The house thinks they something special because they're not in the field.
Right.
But the overseer knows a lot about the mentality of the master, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he has to confer with him and,
Yeah.
and is basically lording over everybody else in the field. But the one thing that they don't have is freedom.
Right.
So you know who the overseer hates the most is the freeman.
Mm-hmm.
The freeman is the most dangerous. You know what I'm saying? The freeman is the one that can create revolution and can create change and clearly does not operate within the scope of these rules.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing. Like, you got to be mindful of, like, these constructs that are still very palpable in business and in arts and culture and, like, these spaces that there's a lot of gatekeeping and all that. And it's just like, you got to understand what space you occupy. And I think it is dangerous to be a free man. It is dangerous to have a free mind.
Right. And it's why I think when we look back, we see whether it's Dr. King, Malcolm X, whoever you want to name, there's a reason why the FBI watches them and Black Panthers monitors their movements.
Yeah, but, one of the most important lines that sticks with me from Dr. King is from 1967. It's the interview with the stained glass where he says, "I fear that my dream may have turned into a nightmare."
Mm-hmm.
And another thing that he said is that, the civil rights movement didn't cost America anything. If anything, they gained from it, right?
Yeah.
Economically speaking.
Right.
So it's interesting when the person who was, heralded for having a dream towards the very end realizes that, hey, man, yeah, it was a dream, but now it has manifested into a true nightmare. What's the fundamental definitions of that statement? What was he really speaking towards? And, of course, we will never know unless you do your own independent homework. But when you think about somebody like Malcolm X,
yeah,
who really was like, look, we need to build our own. And that's the thing. We have to build our own.
Yeah.
We have to build our own. Now, I'm really big on that, and the people who mentor me are doing the work. So shout out to Mad Mike Banks and Underground Resistance, Submerged Distribution, Exhibit 3000, which is the only black-owned museum that specializes in techno and electronic music in the world. Yes, sir.
That's important.
It's very important.
Because we feel like we don't, because a lot of us have conditioned ourselves to think we don't belong there.
That's our music.
That's our music.
It's our music.
It's really all our music.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's our music too.
And shout out to Wajid. He started a wonderful institution called Underground Music Academy, UMA. And he's doing amazing things in the North End, in the city of Detroit. So as far as I'm concerned, it's about installing infrastructure, modular sustainability, the sharing of information and resources, and really building up this mentality of excellence, unapologetic excellence within our young people.
Right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I want to thank you very much for a wonderful interview. Looking forward to just
kicking me out.
No, man. I mean, no, I'm just looking forward to, first of all, tomorrow, looking forward to seeing y'all kill it with Urban Art Orchestra, just performing with SV, and I think that's going to be really fly.
Yeah.
And I can't wait. It's going to be hard for me not to come up on stage because y'all was jamming. Even out there, when I heard y'all play, I was like, oh my goodness, because I love this music because it's like good food. It's made with good ingredients. So I appreciate that and wish you nothing but success, brother.
Man, bless you. I mean, if it all ends today, I want you to know I did it my way.
I mean, I don't know why I laughed right there, but I feel you. All right.
I'm just kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
I'm actually serious.
But if it all ends today, he did it his way. All right.
Man, I did it my way.
There you
I had
go.
a ball.
All right.
And I'm honored to be here, sincerely, man. Thank you
Good.
for sharing your platform with me.
No problem.
And shout out to everybody, man. Make sure is this like a YouTube thing?
Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe. Is that what they tell
Right. All that bullshit the creators say. Right.
Yeah.
You got it?
I'm not a content creator. I'm just a creative, man. I create my sons. Oh, man, shout out to my sons.
Oh, yes.
Elijah, Isaiah, and Ezekiel Jones. Because that's where I do all of my work for. Yes, sir. The future.
Right. Real biblical with the names.
I mean,
I ain't mad at you.
I had dreams about my sons before they got here. I already knew who they were.
Cool.
And they're doing great, man.
Well, shout out to your 3 boys.
Yeah, I gotta do that for them one time.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, a great interview right here with my main man, Deshaun Jones. So thank you very much. Looking forward to seeing what y'all do tomorrow.
Yeah.
And this has been another interview with your homie, Devin Zoolander. And remember, stay moisturized and mind your business. That's all. Just mind your business. All right. Peace.
Mind the business that pays you.
There you go. All right, good. Wow, that was a good one. Thank you, man. Can you get a picture real quick? Yeah, all the snaps, yeah. Oh yeah. Let me put the stunning shades on real quick.
Oh man, I mean, I got serious. I almost cried at one point.
Yeah, man.
That was really good, man.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting all that. I was expecting a dude that was going to start tapping his wrist and be like, yo, dog. When is it time? Yeah.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Nice.
All right, cool. That's